Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube broadcast for today's Legends of Boxing 2 lightweight tournament. It's a sort of an unusual thing for me to do. I don't usually do boxing. The last boxing video I did was probably 2 or 3 years ago. It is can be seen on some of my links on my Facebook page. Uh, with some of my older videos. If you do a little searching, you'll find it. Anyway, I enjoy doing boxing. And hey, Philip, how you doing? And uh, I decided that I needed to change up a few things I was doing to make the channel a little more interesting. And a couple of weeks ago, I did that with doing a recreation, or it wasn't a recreation, imagination of a Kentucky Derby with the 13 Triple Crown winners, and we did that. And I didn't want to do. 2 weeks later, there's of course the Preakness. 3 weeks later, there's the Preakness, and I didn't want to do another horse racing broadcast. I thought one was probably enough for a while. No, these are from Legends of Boxing. I'll get to that, Philip, here in a second. But what I decided, I remembered as a kid, as a young man, that whenever the Triple Crowd races were showing here in Las Vegas, they also had a big championship boxing match back in the days when Las Vegas or in the United States was the center of boxing. Now it's sort of moved to Europe, but and Saudi Arabia. But before that happened, they would have a big fight in Vegas. During the Triple Crown races. Excuse me while I sip my Saturday morning coffee. Anyway, I decided that, well, we did a horse race. Now let's do a boxing tournament. Everybody does the heavyweights. I decided to skip the heavyweights. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, all the traditional Mike Tyson, all the traditional heavyweights of the past where people fight. I decided to do the lightweight division. I may do other divisions in the future, but I decided to do the lightweight division. Let me show you what I went into ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT to tell me who the top 8 lightweight champions of all time were. And it gave me a list of them, and there they are on the screen. Number 1, Roberto Duran. Number 2, Benny Leonard. Pernell Whitaker. I've seen Duran and Whitaker fight. Joe Gans was number 4, and I hadn't heard of him until this list popped up. Carlos Ortiz, who I saw box, Ike Williams, Julio Cesar Chavez, and Edwin Valero. Those was ChatGPT's versions of the top 8 lightweight champions of all time. And so what we did was we went into the computer programs that I have and see who had most, or if not all, of these boxers. And we came up with Legends of Boxing 2. Now, Legends of Boxing is a great program along with Title Bout, all the different versions of Title Bout. I even have a boxing program called Data Boxing. It's a text-based game. I enjoy boxing. One of my favorite boxing programs is Glory Days Boxing from as it skips my mind. Glory Days Boxing is one of my more favorite games, but I don't like doing cards and dice on YouTube, so I settled on Legends of Boxing 2 because I believe that program streams better than the others. There's less clicking of buttons, and as less clicking of buttons, and it's easier for someone to broadcast, in my humble opinion. Anyway, you just saw the top 8. Well, before I put this on the screen, let me put this back up for a second. Those are the top 8 that came up with. I then put it in tournament form, like my Red Sox tournament, and had number 1 fight number 8, 4 and 5, 3, 6, 2, 7. Anyway, those are how the tournament's going to start. Today we're going to do Roberto Duran versus Edwin Valero. We'll do the others over the next few weeks as I find time and want to mix things up. And without any further ado, let me show you what we did. Legends of Boxing 2 has a tournament mode. We go to the tournament mode, and lo and behold, you can set up the tournament. The undercard, and like I said, we're going to do one at a time. The main event here happens to be the one we're doing today, Roberto Duran 1 versus 8. There is an undercard. We will do those later. But we're going to do the main event. Number 1 ranked boxer and the number 8 ranked boxer. And once we get through all these 4, and then we'll re-rank them and keep going. So without any further ado, let's enter the venue and let's fight. Before I do that, wait a second. Well, as you can see, I'm slightly prepared. You might not know who these fighters are, so what I was going to do, if you can hear me over the crowd noise, let me see if I can lower the noise here for a second. There we go. What I'm going to do is just tell you something about Edwin Valero, who I didn't know anything about. Interesting story. Valero, so not Valero, Edwin Valero. And this is out of the Ultimate Encyclopedia of Boxing. Harry Moulin is the guy that wrote this. Let me go to his page and read to you what it says, because it's a story I didn't know. Edwin Valero, born in Merida, Venezuela, December 3rd, 1981. He was the WBA super featherweight champion from 06 to 09. And then from 09 to 10, he was the lightweight, WBC lightweight champion. He was undefeated. He had 27 fights and he had 27 wins. So I was curious as to why I hadn't heard about him. Of course, I didn't follow boxing continually as much as I follow baseball, so I didn't know all the stories. And of course, after the 60s and 70s, there were so many champions, it's hard to follow boxing to begin with. Edwin Valero, the life of 2-weight world champion Edwin Valero, was cut short in horrible circumstances in April of 2010 when he was still only 28 years old. Valero, the reigning WBC lightweight champion, was arrested for stabbing his wife to death in his home city of Merida in Venezuela. Before a case could be brought, he hanged himself in his prison cell. Quite an ending. Such a big story. I don't know if it was a big story in the United States, but I didn't know it, and I was sort of stunned. Valero had a wild, tempestuous personality and a style to match, wrecking balls for fists and the air of menace that could beat an opponent before the first bell sounds. He had the unquestioning authority of a man who did not believe he could lose. Outside the ring, his life was volatile. There was drunk driving charge in Texas, alcohol and cocaine abuse, harassing his wife, and assaulting personnel at a hospital. He had been in a psychiatric unit himself for 9 days. Valero won his first 18 professional fights in the first round, but showed he could box when he had to, when taking until the 10th round to stop Vicente Mascara on the night he became the WBA super featherweight champion. I wouldn't have really. I don't watch super featherweight fights, so I would not have seen him there or paid much attention. He took out his first challenger, Michael Lozada, in 72 seconds in Tokyo, and after 4 defenses, he moved up to win the vacant WBC lightweight champion by destroying Colombian Antonio Petula. Patalua, I guess is how you pronounce that, with 3 knockdowns in the second round. His reputation advanced further in February 2010 when he outgunned a slick rising Mexican, Antonio DeMarco, in 9 rounds in Monterrey. As an amateur, he won 86 of 92 fights, but in February 2001, at the age of 19, he fractured his skull in a motorbike accident. He needed surgery to remove a clot from his brain. That's quite a story. Well, that's the background on Edwin Valero, the number 8 rated lightweight champion of all time. Roberto Duran, everybody knows Roberto Duran. He fought for a long time. He fought a lot of fights on TV. And I don't need to tell you much about him that you already don't know. But let me tell you what this book says about him. It's sending me to a different section because they wrote a lot about him. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's going to be too long. I can already tell you. For 30 crazy years, Roberto Duran, Hands of Stone, was the pure fighting animal who loved the thrill of combat the way other men love sex and drugs. By the late 1990s, the contemporaries of his youth, the men he had been destroying for more than 20 years, had long since retired. Some, like the ill-fated Esteban de Jesus, were dead, but Duran fought on, still driven by his demons well into his 40s. In August of 1980, he was outclassed by WBA middleweight champion William Joppy, a man who wasn't even born when Roberto began his professional career. Anyway, his professional career he started in 1972. He's my age. He was born June 16th, 1951. And there is a whole string of fights. You can look it up. It's pretty easy. 119 fights, 103 wins, 16 defeats. He is the number 1 rated lightweight champion of all time. Let's go to the ring and we'll have the fight. I'll do my best to call this. I haven't done one in a long time. We'll do our best. Here we go. Here we go, and we're going to do round 1 of a 12-round fight. They come to the center of the ring. Roberto Duran, the aggressor, looking to throw the first punch of the fight. He throws a hook and misses. There's going to be a counter punch scored by Valero. Valero, after the counter punch, looking to be aggressive. And he scores with a hook. 2:11 left in the round. Valero still the aggressor. And he lands a cross. Is there a cut? There is no cut. Looked like there was possible cut. Valero still in control. He's looking to throw some more punches. And he throws and lands a combination. Valero is, with 1:21 left, Valero is scoring all the points in the round. Duran now becomes the aggressor. Looking to throw his and connect a punch, but he threw a hook and missed. There's going to be a counter punch. And it's an uppercut. And we have a chin check to see how good this punch was. And Duran goes down. Duran's down in the first round at 117. He's up quickly, however. A surprise knockdown by Edwin Valero here in round number 1. The fight is trade evenly as Valero gets a shot to put him away here, throws wildly, fails to land, and 29 seconds left in the round. Duran is looking to throw some punches here and make some with an uppercut, and we're going to have a chin check on Valero. It did not affect him very much. 13 seconds left in the round. Here we go. Last roll in the round. It's going to be Duran. And he's going to land a combination, another chin check. And he's going to shrug that off. There it is. Well, that was the first round I've done. I think this works pretty good. So we're going to keep going. I noticed that this fight is set for 12 rounds. That is an error on my part. It should have been 15. Well, this one is going to be 12, I guess I may have to change the rules of the whole tournament now that I neglected to check 15 rounds in the fight. But 12 rounds will still give us a good indication of who wins what. Checking the ringside scorecard, Valero 10-8 due to the knockdown. Okay, we're going to round 2. Duran comes out of the corner aggressively. He's going to throw the first punch of round 2, and he eats a hook, which is missed. Valero ducked under that one. There's a possible foul here. Let's roll for the foul. It's a flagrant foul. He's going to be warned. Valero's committed a foul. Duran looking to be the aggressor in round 2 to make up some of the deficit. He scores a solid combination. Here comes the counter. And Duran goes down for the second time. What a surprise. Duran down in the first 2 rounds. I am surprised. Now Valero's going to get a chance to finish him. Those are even punches between the two. Here we got another chin check. Duran goes down for the second time. Knocked down 3 times in the first 2 rounds, and I am surprised. Minute 17 left in round 2. Will Duran go down? No, he shrugs it off. Valero looking to put this guy away in the second round. But he survives. Valero's still the aggressor. He connects with a hook to the body 17 seconds before the round is over here in round 2. Valero's going to get another shot at it. And it's an uppercut, which is blocked by Duran, and Duran goes back to his corner, and he is shaken up. He was down twice. Is that a 10-7 round? The ringside got it at 10-7. Duran way behind on the early scorecards. We go to round 3. Duran will be the early aggressor in round 3. He scores with a hook. Possible cut on Valero as we check it out. He is not cut. Neither fighter is marked. Valero, the aggressor once again. and he lands with an uppercut. 2 minutes to go in the round. Valero has a back exchange with Duran. They both score. We're going to have another action. They should both score here. Valero wins the exchange, but they both score 2-1. 140 left in the round. Duran's going to look to get something done here. Both fighters miss in the middle of the ring. Duran looking for an opening. Combination lands on Valero's body. We're going to have a exchange here. Valero wins this exchange again. Every exchange appears to be won by Valero. 26 seconds left in round 3. 3 of 12 rounds. Should have been 15. My mistake, but we're going to go 12. Duran misses with a hook. That should come to the end of the round. Now there'll be one more exchange. Duran looking to land a punch, and he lands a hook to end the round. That was Duran's best round, since it's the only round he did not go down in. I think the 3 knockdown rule pertains to 1 round, so Duran would have to be knocked down 3 times in 1 round for this fight to be called. Let's check ringside scorecards. 10-9. Valero continues to pull ahead on the unofficial ringside scorecard. We go to round 4. Duran comes out the aggressor. It's a missed exchange by both fighters. Punches are blocked and missed. Both fighters meeting in the center of the ring. They jockeying around for position. Little over 2 minutes to go in round 4. Both fighters land a couple of blows. Pretty even round so far. Valero wins that exchange. He's landed one more exchange than Duran. Here we go. Valero pushes him away. He's looking to land a big punch here. And it's a short cross. Little over a minute to go in round 4. Duran looking to be the aggressor. And he misses, and so does Valero's. Both fighters missing punches. Valero, short jab to the head of Duran. Valero still the aggressor. He's looking for an opening here in center ring, and he connects with a hook. 13 seconds left to go. Valero might have put it together enough to win this round at the end. Looking to land one more punch before the bell, and he scores an uppercut as round 4 ends. Checking unofficial ringside scorecard, Valero has won every round of the first 4 rounds. We go out in round 5. And like most other rounds, Duran looks to be the aggressor to begin with. He misses as Valero seems to be ducking most of these hooks that Duran is throwing. Duran is still looking to score. And there's a straight right. He misses with that also. There's going to be an exchange here in the center of the ring. They clinch. Referee separates him. 2 minutes to go in the round. And there's another exchange. Valero seems to be winning most of these exchanges. Another foul check. Valero had a major foul earlier. This one's only a marginal foul. Doesn't look like they've deducted any points. Duran, aggravated by that foul, is becoming the aggressor, and he connects with his straight left. 43 seconds to go in round 5. Valero now coming forward. He throws a jab, and it is blocked by Duran. Duran now looking to throw another punch. And he's missing jabs. 13 seconds left to go in the most uneventful round of the fight. Duran looking to land one more punch before the bell. And he lands a jab, and there's the end of round 5. 7 rounds to go here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, ringside card shows Duran picking up his first round of the fight. Once again, I want to stress these are unofficial numbers. The bell for round 6. Out comes Duran aggressively. He connects with a hook. Duran still in control of this particular round, 6. He connects with a cross. Good start for Duran here in round 6. Beginning of a comeback, let's find out. Fighters at the center of the ring, and there's a rally where Valero has won every single one of them. Halfway through the round, Duran still in control. There's a hook and a counter by Valero. Valero doesn't let him get away with anything. Duran still looking to land more punches, and he lands a jab. Neither fighter is marked up, no cuts, nothing. Let's check this cut. And Valero escapes. Moving to the center of the ring, both fighters. Another exchange, and I don't know if I'd do that if Duran. Valero seems to win every single one of those mutual exchanges. Duran now in control. 56 seconds to go in round 6. We're going to be halfway home, and he lands a combination to the chin. Let's see how hard it is. And Valero's stunned. He backs up a little bit. Here comes another punch by Duran. Will this one help knock him down? It's a connect with the combination. That did not work. 2 seconds to go in the round. Will Valero get a punch off? Let's find out. It's an uppercut. And the round is over. That round clearly won by Duran, in my opinion. Let's go to the scorecard. We're halfway through the 12-round fight. And Duran's now won 2 in a row, trying to close that gap. Once again, I want to remind everybody it is unofficial. Round 7 begins. Like all the other rounds, Duran is going to be the aggressor. Valero ducks that punch. After Valero ducks the punch, he's going to come back and be the aggressor of his own. Connects with an uppercut to the body. 2 minutes to go in the round. Valero still in control. Another uppercut. Valero trying to stop Duran's string of 2 consecutive rounds. Referee has to separate the fighters in the center of the round. Halfway through the round, Duran will be in control here. He will get an opportunity. And he throws a punch, but it's dodged by Valero. Valero seems to be faster than Duran. Duran's still in control. Jab is blocked. Valero's fighting a great fight. Can number 8, here we have another foul check. Can number 8 upset number 1 in the first round, in the first fight of the tournament? Let's find out. Another marginal foul. Valero seems to foul a lot. Is he a dirty fighter? Well, I never saw him fight, so I don't know. He's got control now. 25 seconds left in the round. Here comes a punch by Valero. It is a jab. 18 seconds to go as we come to the end of round 7. Valero still in control. And it's an uppercut to the body, and we are done with round 7. We're about to start round 8. Before we do, we go ringside, and Valero unofficially wins round 7, leading 68-62. We're getting in the territory where Duran is going to have to knock out Valero to win this fight. Here we go, round 8. Duran comes out again, the aggressor. He usually does in the beginning for some reason. And he scores with a jab. He's going to have to do more than jab to beat Valero. Here they are in the center of the ring. Valero wins another exchange, 2-1, as you see. Valero is winning every single one of these exchanges in the center of the ring. Fighters are jockeying for position, not much action. 1:45 to go in rounds 8. Valero in control, looking to score. Hook to the body. Didn't seem to do any damage. Valero still looking to be the aggressor. There's a cross. That one scored a little. Valero is going to meet Duran in the center. He usually wins these exchanges, and he wins this one 2-1. He's winning every exchange in the center of the ring. 44 seconds to go in round number 8. Duran takes control. His jab is blocked. Good defense Valero's putting up against Duran. They're going to meet once again in the center of the ring. Both fighters block their punches. Coming to the end of round 8. Once again, they're in the center of the ring. And nothing occurs. The round is over. Round 8 finishes. The ringside unofficial judge gives that to Valero. It is now obvious there's 4 rounds to go in the fight. And with 4 rounds to go, Duran's going to have to knock him out, in my opinion. Here we go, round number 9. They come to the center of the ring. Duran looking to throw the first punch. And he lands a combination to the head of Valero. Valero just shrugs it off. He's going to come back and come after Duran. There's a cross that lands. They meet it once again in the center of the ring. Another exchange. Valero stuns Duran and wins that exchange. Once again, he wins every exchange. Let's see what's going to happen here. Is Duran going to go down for the 4th time in a fight? There's a jab connected by Valero. Valero winning this round. Duran now in control. I don't know about anybody watching this, but I didn't see Duran lose that often. Combination scores for Duran. He's going to still be in control here. Looking to score some more and win this round. There's a solid combination. We're going to have a chin check. Can he go down? No, Valero just shrugs it off. He has a solid chin, along with a bad dice roll. Duran in control, a minute to go in round number 9. Duran scores with a jab. He's got still in control. He needs to score with something stronger than a jab. There's a straight punch. That is going to score. 12 seconds to go. This could be the end of the round. They're going to meet in the middle, and both fighters block and miss. That's the end of round 9. As we take another sip of coffee. I was hoping for a knockout, so this 12-round thing wouldn't be an issue. If it goes the distance, I'm going to change all the fights to 12 rounds. If it doesn't go to the distance, I'm going to leave them at 15. Here we go. Round 10 about to begin. Valero's got control with the bell. That doesn't happen very often. There's a hook. We're going to chin check on Duran. Will that score? Will that knock him down? And he goes down. Round 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to be out. Duran is down. And 2 minutes, 31 seconds in round 10. The number 8 seeded lightweight champion of all time defeats Roberto Duran with a 10th round knockout. And we can go back to fighting 15-round fights. Unbelievable. Let's see what it says when we close this fight. Okay. That is the scorecard. The judges had it all in favor of Valero, and that was obvious if you watch it. 87-81 on judge number 1, 88-80, and both judges 2 and 3. And let's see if there's anything we can tell by the top. No, well, we can tell that Valero's fouled him a few times, but in the end, Valero knocked him out in the 10th round. He was in control from the beginning, and that is the first fight in my lightweight champion of all time tournament. Valero still is the number 8 seeded fighter. The top seeded fighter now left would be number 2. It would be Benny Leonard, and that fight comes up that will be the 4th and final bout in this round. Next week's bout, or maybe sooner, depends if I have some time. Joe Gans, number 4, faces Carlos Ortiz. It is an upset, Philip. There's no question. Anyway, make a long story short, thank you all for coming by and share a little bit of your Saturday morning on Preakness Saturday. If you want to know what my pick is for the Preakness, check my Facebook page. It's on there. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. I have a broadcast beginning, I think it's at 11. Let's see what time this broadcast is. Boston Red Sox, episode 20, noontime, Sunday, 9 Pacific. The 1981 Red Sox at the 1918 Red Sox. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming by, and we will catch you all on the next broadcast. Have a nice Saturday.